Gotta fix my audio here. Gonna get started now. Had a busy evening over here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, I used to start at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then we had the fallback. So they do the daylight savings time fallback. So they shifted our time backward by 1 hour. So what was 7 o'clock for other places would be more like 8 o'clock. Then I also switched to an hour later just because of life being busy. So now if it's 8 o'clock, then I'm assuming it's 9 o'clock there. So, and then on top of that, evenings like tonight, when I'm just running really busy and trying to get some other things done, just turns into a really late night. So that's what's going on, but you didn't miss anything. But, by the way, thanks for the background art. I did a little something with it. I'll show you what I was thinking. Because I like the mood that you put into it. And I was thinking maybe it'd be cool to have like sort of a... Here, let me go to full screen here. I was thinking maybe it'd be cool to have sort of like a silhouette of a tower in the background. So I added just a little shade here, and then a little bit more fog to kind of make it look smooth. What do you think about that? Are you saying like all the rain is the water tower? Gotcha, yeah. No, I like that. I'm gonna save this as one of the startup screens for now. Let's see, not that. We need properties. Here we go. We'll go ahead and replace the old Bob Ross one. That was good for a while. And where did I save this? This would be under Media, Images, Assets, Splash Screens. No, that works. I think drawing a tower in any other way would be really challenging, which is why I even did it as sort of like a silhouette rather than a true tower. With tower, hold on, maybe I didn't export this quite right. Let's say cancel on that. Let me go back to it, and then let me Control-Shift-E and export and replace that one. You made a new PFP? Should you make the rain a little bit transparent? Are you talking about the rain right here on this image? I think the rain looks great. I think any more transparent, it might be hard to see. No, man, I think you did solid. I could maybe... because everything you did, I think, looks great. And then for my little tower thingy here, again, you know, it's not like we have to marry this image. I think it's a good starting point, and maybe I'll just kind of shade in just a little bit of this. A little too much there. And then, you know, we could play around with having like different loading screens they could alternate between, and you know, maybe you see different types of towers and that kind of thing. Yeah, I did notice that. This one back here, I see that it looks like a, what do you call it? Like a chromatic aberration or something like that. I like that. I like it a lot. All right, I'm going to call this good enough for now, and I'm going to export this. Does the chat feel slightly more delayed? Let me check. Maybe I can tweak it if it is delayed. Let me double check. It's supposed to be on the best setting already. So if it is delayed, it's probably just the network itself. I think that our internet's been pretty bad lately, so it might just be that. All right, let's see. Let's export this one last time and replace, export. And let's get this back into the game here. Properties. Replace. Right there. 2 bars of signal. All right, let's test this out. So we now have a loading screen. That doesn't have the latest effect though. Hold on a second. I think I need to purge that. I need to go into the resources right here. And what did we call this? Splash? Yeah, I need to delete it out of gdevelop altogether and then put it back in. So let's do this one last time. Yeah, it's going to be a proper one. I'm getting excited, man. With your help and with Travis's help, we're making some real progress. Not just on the coding side, but on the art as well. I'm excited. Okay, now let's test this out. Boom. I think on the... Looks like on the stream it's cut off a little bit, but in the game it's actually not cut off down here. So that worked splendidly. Save. A proper one indeed. All right. Well, let's see. There are lots of things we could work on tonight. I think I wanted to maybe work on the books a little more. So we have this scene. Those brushes were useful. Got way too many brushes. Yeah. Gotta love those brushes. Okay, so when I play this scene, we have this setup, and let me see here. Why is this so big? Oh, maybe that's all right. I don't know. What do you think? Should we make this the preview window? Should it be smaller than the chat, or should it extend all the way to the full screen and just let the chat overlay? What's easier for you? The OG size. Which one was the OG size? The old one? The one that I had before? Yeah, smaller. Yeah, let's do that. Not even sure how that got changed. All right, we'll do something like that. Yeah, I was making some videos. I think I changed all the settings. Let's go with this. All right, so over here on this book page, I added this variable so you can see how many of these like scroll currencies you have. So you collect the scrolls in the game, and then you come here and you spend them. And so if this was an upgrade button, you click on it, and it starts taking out your currency. You can turn the page, go back, and so now in OBS, you can make multiple scenes. You can make one for the streams and one for the game reviews. Yeah, and I have multiple scenes. In fact, I don't even know why it changed, because I was using basically the same setup for those game reviews, because I have the full screen and then this one, and all I did was hide the chat, right? So I just hid the chat, and but who knows? It's been a long week, man. How's your week been? Have any exams coming up? Okay, I need to look at the code for clicking on a book. Of course, with the pizza. Man, I had pizza too. I had Little Caesars, sausage and pepperoni. Exams next week. Well, good luck with those. Good luck. Let me see here. What I'm trying to do now is whenever we actually click on, see, I'm going to close that scene. We don't need that. Don't need these right now. What I need is this one right here. Oh, you also had Little Caesars? Nice. I mean, honestly, it's the like most affordable, so Have you tried their little like pizza pies? I know that they're all technically pies, but they have like the little miniature ones that come in a box of 4. Those are pretty bussin'. Okay, so right here, if the cursor is on the book, enable the glow effect, we have that, that's fine. And then if the mouse button was released, it should change the scene. And then I'm wondering if it's not changing the scene because I deleted those. So it looks like that is the case. So this isn't going to work at all. We just need to change the scene to test book scene, I think. Oops. Is that the name of it? Yeah, test book scene. So we want that. And I'll just copy that event altogether. Let me delete all of these. And paste them in here. George, what's going on, man? How's your week been? Seems like you've been busy, as usual. All right, so now whenever any of these books is clicked, it should go to the proper scene. Like so. Okay, that one does not because it's not supposed to, and that's good. The rest of them do. So do you have any free time? Like, do you spend all your time on Minimap and Quest Unplayed, or do you have any downtime, George? For the locked books, you should make the icon invisible and make it visible when it's unlocked. I completely agree. That's a fantastic idea. In fact, I started to do that, and I was running into trouble when I was working on that, and then I stopped working on that. So that is in the works. Let's see if we can fix it. So it was supposed to be right here, and let me zoom in a little bit. So the first one is obviously supposed to be that blue book. And I said at the beginning of the scene, repeat for each instance of the books. I said if it's the dark blue book, actually, hold on. Yeah, so wait, how did I do the icon? I just have one icon with different animations. Wake up at 4:45, go to the gym, exercise till 6:30ish. Well, dang, dude. You gonna be the next Mr. Olympia? And I haven't been to the gym in a while. I basically since 2020, I just kind of stopped going to a public gym. I bought some weights that I have in a garage because we have a house here. So I have a barbell, some dumbbells, and I go for a run every morning, but it's not as early as 4:45. I go for a run around 5:30. Basketball on the weekends, nice. Man, I'm terrible at basketball. So here we're trying to change the opacity of the icon to 0 and hide the icon itself. Log a message. In fact, speaking of basketball, I have that as a little sample code right here. Okay, so that's not happening. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's pretty much what dictates our lives. Like, it was things like that that make me late for my stream sometimes, like tonight. So, you know, family first, right? Make a sprite for the invisible icon and apply it to every single one and do code so that the invisible one appears when locked. Yeah, so that would definitely work. And there's something very simple going on here that I'm sure I'm going to figure out here in just a second, where we could do that approach, or even just get away with hiding it or changing the opacity. The problem is that this is not registering as true at all. It's registering as false. And so I need to figure out why. So I have a collision check. So let's see what happens if I delete that. Let me do a sub event, drag that down, disable it. Let's see if let's just see if this turns out as true. So it is true because the word basketball is here. But as you can see, it hit all of the icons. Well, actually, you cannot see. It hit all of the icons. So now I just need to tell it which icon to hide. Yeah, just log the message basketball. I don't care what the message is. Just tell me if you register as true. I'm liking the new splash screen though. Blaze put that together. It's going too fast now, but not too shabby at all. I need to get your name on the credits page whenever I put that together. I might even do like Easter egg names, like somewhere in the game, everyone who contributed is going to have their name somewhere, like in the bricks on a tower or in a book somewhere, something like that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to say, instead of this, I'm going to say if the icon animation. See, did I name them? Yeah, so that would be for the water tower. So if the animation is water, then I'll tell it to hide. Let's try that. I think that we have success. A rare chance of a special enemy appearing being someone that helps with the game. Yeah, it could be the enemy names, something like that. Lots of options. In fact, I want to do special enemies and I want to really get into that as well soon. I gotta say, playing some of these games that Minimap is letting me review, I'm finding, even if the game style is different, I'm finding inspiration in all of them. Just little bits here and little bits there. Okay, so I think all I need to do is duplicate this and then just basically repeat it for every tower type. So I have 8 towers, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So dark blue, light blue. We don't need the message anymore, actually. Probably should have started by deleting that. Goodbye, basketball. Yep, it's finally working. So, fixed a bug in the first 30 minutes of streaming. Not too bad. So, for the light blue tower, that would be the ice animation. And I think those are the only 2 things we need to change for each of these. So, then we have green, and that is earth. And then yellow, which is holy. Orange, which is fire. Red, blood. It's going to be a fun one. It's like sacrifice your own well-being for more power kind of thing. Purple is arcane. And then finally, silver is the moon. All right. So this should hide all of them. Actually, that should not hide it. Hold on. What is the check I was doing here? So at the beginning of the scene, repeat for each instance of the book. If the animation of the book is dark blue, then if the icon is water, then hide that. If it's light blue and the icon is ice, then hide that. Okay, so I think it's going to be based on the object variables. So over here, if I click on the book, this one is not unlocked. This one is. So if we turn all of these to false, they should all hide their icons. Let's just test the front row and see, or the top row and see if that works. Not Home Alone anymore, I guess. I'm hearing a car nearby. Oh, this hid icons down here, though. We don't want that. Hopefully it's your family. I think that this check right here needs to be up under, or maybe it already is under the repeat. Let me check here. Follow the line on the left. Okay, so it is. And along with the outline and the glow, so that's good. Then what else I need is, I think everything up above needs to be a parent, or rather a child of this function. Oh, you heard the gate open. So is it 808 where you are? Drop that right there. And then all of these other ones I'm going to drag to the right. Just like so. All right, let's give that a quick test. Now it's looking better. So now we've got fully hidden books and fully functional books. So if I click on the colored ones, they have icons. They will take us to the upgrade page. The hidden books do nothing. All right, I think we're cooking now. And I'll be right back. I'm here. Had to step away for a second. Yeah, so I was asking, is it about 8:10 where you are? Are you an hour behind me now? Because it's 9 over here. Okay, so we're actually the same time then. All right, so I think the next thing I want to do, yes, we are equals. I think the next thing I want to do is update so that whenever you click on a book, the scene that it takes you to is the appropriate book. So for example, they're all the Book of Earth. Now I want to make it so that this text updates properly. Daylight savings is so annoying. It doesn't make any sense. We don't have any need for it anymore. I mean, yeah, we get like a little more daylight in the morning, but only for a while. Then it gets even darker in the evening. In my opinion, it's more of a pain than it's helpful. Okay, let's see what we need to do for this. It shouldn't be too terrible. It's actually just one object that needs to be updated. So let me check. I think there might be a global variable for this. So global. Let's add a new global variable. I'll call it GLB. No idea. All right, I know what that means. Close those eyes and get typing. Very nice. Muy bien. What am I going to call this? Global. Tower upgrade. Let me think. Let me cancel out of that for a second. I want to name this properly. Cancel. So this is for right here. This was written with my eyes closed. I have no idea how I did. I meant to say that. I vanished. All right, let me try real quick. I am typing this with my eyes closed. Bruh. How's that? I forgot a space. No! I gotta get better at my, gotta get better at my closed eyes typing. Do you ever do those, speed typing tests? The gross words per minute tests? In Roblox? Let's see, I needed to update this text block here. So this is for the book upgrade scene. Book upgrade element. All right, let's do this. It'll make it enough sense, I think, at least. So I'll say global book upgrade element. And that will be a text. More formally known as a string. So this would be set whenever you click on one of these. Around 60. Hey, that's not too bad. That's respectable. Especially if that's without actually looking at the keyboard and stuff. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to do the clicky thing now. So right here, if the left mouse button was released, if the animation of the book was this, we're going to update a global variable. We're going to also fix our Bluetooth piece. So variable, change variable value. This will be GLB book upgrade element. We will set that to I think earth was that first one. So for green, it would be earth. For yellow, that will be holy. Here, I don't want to capitalize. Also, these need to be moved around like that. And paste. Dark blue is Walter. And paste again. Light blue is Ice. Ice Cube. Orange is Fire. I have to say everything just a little bit funny, otherwise it's boring. Purple is Arcane. Silver Moon. And then finally red is Blood. So maybe at the beginning of the scene, just to be safe, we could set the global variable to null. So change it to, and it'll just be a blank string. Yeah, let's test this real quick. So now what's going to happen is when I click on a book, this variable is going to go from, well, let's check it right now. So let me move this here to the side, and then in the debugger here, if I refresh, we have global variables. There's one here called GLB book upgrade element. And as you can see, the value is nothing. But now if I click on this fire book and I refresh this, it says fire. If I go back and I refresh, it should be blank again. And then it should say blood. Refresh, it should be blank. Go to arcane, it should say arcane, and so on. So it looks like it's working, which is kind of nuts. Okay, so with that being the case, what we want to do is let me see, is it this one? Can't remember, cannot quite remember. So game scene test, let's close that one. Menu, test book scene. Okay, might be this one. So here we have, we're modifying a text object. External events. We might need to do this from the external event. Let me try that first. So we would say at the beginning of the scene, I'm going to add a sub event down below. Change this to title text, I suppose. And then we'll do the variable check. So we'll say if the variable, and then we'll check each element. So this would be glb book upgrade element is equal to, and then we'd say, for example, like say blood. And that's where we would change the text. So in order to change that text, I would need to copy maybe one of these things up here, paste it here. And then instead of this particular object, it would be page title. And we would change the title to not even totally sure. What did we say? Book of Blood. Oh, I didn't forget any spaces. I wasn't quite sure because the way my screen is showing it, the words wrap around. So, all right, good job, me. Okay, let's see if it updates for blood. So if I go to this scene, open it up, and click on this book. Okay, that did not update. So that should be blood. So that's working, but it's not updating. So let's see. The variable is blood. Change the text. Let me make sure that that is in fact what this. If I go to the external layout, that is the skillbook page title. Skillbook page title. So that's the correct one. So this should be red. But I'm not sure that it's liking this. Let's try one more time here. Not that scene. We need this one. So with this scene, click on this, and that still says Earth. So that's wrong. And this is where... Hey, welcome back. Hope it was a good lunch. So you are almost to the weekend, man. Almost there. You have any plans? Yeah, I'll determine the technical requirements as I bring the game to a close, but it's kind of hard to say at the moment. It'll run on pretty much anything because it's going to be packaged in such a way that it can run in a browser, it can run on a desktop. It should be platform independent. I think console might be the only one I don't know if you could really do it on a console, but mobile and any kind of desktop, it should be fine. Going to the memorial park. Nice, nice. Woods tour for children. That sounds kind of cool. Get outside for a bit. It's probably a good change. At least for me, it would be a change. We have a dog, and she is a sun dog. She just loves the sun. She'll just lay out in it all the time. There's going to be an event at school tomorrow. What kind of event? I'm going to try copying this event over to a different scene here and see if that does the trick. And then come back over here and disable it so it doesn't happen twice by any chance. Go here and test. Still nothing. Then what happens if I move that upward? So this would be... This might need to be after the external events, but I only want it to trigger once. But for a quick test, I could do it. Just let it go. There we go. It's working now. Book of Blood. We've got blood, people. I just need to tweak it. You can stay there for rides, food, giveaways. Do this twice a year. You always go to the rides even though you went way too many times and still forget the feeling of it moving. Nice. We went to an amusement park not too long ago and went on some rides. You never get too old. I mean, you know, unless you're too old. But if you're not too old, you never get too old. Okay, so what I was going to do was, first of all, tell it not to do this continuously. We need to do this just once. So I really need a scene variable. We will call it... Oh, nope, I just added a whole new scene. Don't need a new scene. We just need a new scene variable. So this is test book scene events. So add new scene variable. Call it text book title updated as a Boolean. It'll start out as false, and then over here we'll do a check. We will say variable if the book title is not updated, then do the thing. And then add another event below that, and beneath that we will set the variable to true. Set it to true, all right. And let's see, the color. I'm trying to remember, let me think. This is a let me go out to the external events here. If I add a new object and do this, so we have, so it has a base color. There's an outline, bold. Maybe I can just do color equals. Let's try that. Yeah, man. Where's Travis? What is he up to? I know he's got that. He got that job promotion, so hopefully he's not working late. Don't know if it's going to like this, but we're going to try it. And I'm guessing it did not like it. He lost. Oh, he used a revive. Well, it would suck to lose that wave 4 out of 4. Okay, let's go back to square one. So we have changing the text to shadow equals red. So it doesn't like this either. I might need to double check how to change the base color. Maybe it's just base color. Surely it's not. Let me Google this. Let's see, it's light mode here, but so what we have is color equals. Oh, so it is color equals, but it wants a hex color. Okay. Interesting. So if I just want like a nice red, for example. Yeah, sorry about your eyes. So let's see, this would be the lighter color, and then there would be a drop shadow underneath it. But if we go with maybe something down in here, then that would be Bravo Delta 0000. Let's try that. So color equals # Bravo Delta 0000. Let's give that a test. Negative. What did I do wrong there? Oh, I need to close it out. Don't know why, but okay, we can close it out. So right here, let's go to, after the words Book of Blood, we will do /color. That should do the trick. Let's run another test. Ugh. I feel like this would be easier to just do in like a little notepad or something. So I can see it all in line. So what we have then is bold, bold. Let's move that back here. Shadow equals red. That hasn't changed. That should still work. It's this color right here that we've really modified. And this is what it's saying it should be. Although, interestingly, it's saying the shadow color needs to be a hex color as well, yet it's taking just the word red. Okay, so let me just double check something, make sure it's working at all. If I take out the color thing altogether, are we still okay? In other words, are we still getting the drop shadow at least? If not, then something changed. Yeah, we're not. Let me look at the scene variables again here. We've got, so the Boolean is still false. So if I drag that out and make it not a child event, is it still working? It is. So the code works. I guess let me test the code here just like that. So here we could do color equals, and then let me just try like just generic like that. And then do slash color to close it out. AFK, all right. Yeah, so that works. The code is fine. It has to do with the event structure. $54 with 4 zeros. Let's try that for the shadow. So the shadow equals that value. Let's see if it likes that. I think it does. All right. I'm gonna save my work. All right, we're very close to getting this text to update properly. The problem right now is it's executing once per frame, which is not good. So whenever I put it underneath this if statement, it doesn't work. Let me try logging a message to the console here. And I will say, I'll just say true. And let's test that. So really, actually I need to start from a different, scene here. And then if I go to the debugger, it did say true here. How odd. So it came in as true. Let me double check. Double check this. Kind of odd. Because if that's true, then I wonder why it's not updating the text. So right here, let's take a look. Refresh. There it is right there. Yeah, you are, man. Pretty much the only one. I think a lot of people just like to kind of lurk and watch quietly. I'm willing to bet I cannot stick this up here, but let me test this one more time. No, it doesn't like that. The best bet is still going to be to call this down here. It just doesn't work whenever I stick it underneath that, even though that is true. If the variable is blood, change the text. What if I disable this right now? Let's test that. So that now it does work. Okay, so let's try moving that into there. That's interesting. So I think what's happening is when it looked like it wasn't working, I think it was working, but only for a single frame, and then it was updating back to the global version, which is pretty annoying. So what I'm thinking is not even sure what I'm thinking. Oh, here's the problem down here. I think. No, that's scroll count. That's fine. Right here. Book customizes false. All right, let's disable that. That might be the problem. And then move this here. I think we're onto something. So let me disable this or undisable it. Run a test here. Click on the red book. Now it's working. All right. Now we're cooking. So now we get to add in all the different text colors for the books. So rather the text colors for the title, depending on which book is clicked. So all I'm going to do now is copy this and paste it 7 more times. So we've got blood. Then we'll need to check what, like earth. Then we'll want to pick a green color, a couple of green colors. So we could set the color itself to like a straight up green, and then pick a shaded green for the shadow. So something like this. Let me just copy that value. Paste that in there. And let's give that a test. So it should be green now. Actually, I need to update one other thing. Not just the color, I need to change the word blood to earth. Okay. We are making progress. Except that I have it disabled. So let's set these back to all true. That they are unlocked. Okay. And test. Book of Earth, we've got that. Seems like the shadow could be darker. Let's find a darker shadow for that. So copy that. Boom. Okay, that's got to be good enough for that one. Next, we would have, let's say, fire. And for fire, let's pick probably a hex value. Some kind of a fiery orange. Something like that. And then the shadow. Copy that value. Like that. Let's run a test on that. Book of Blood. So the color's correct. We just need to change the word. All right. Next, we will check for, let's say, holy. Book of Holy. It doesn't really make sense, does it? Book of Holy. What would be holiness? But, I don't know. And then for that, it would be sort of a golden yellow. Maybe something like this. Copy that value. For the main color. Then let's get a shadow of that. Copy. All right, let's test that one now. Book of Holiness. It's good enough. Next we have, let's say Arcane. Pick sort of an arcane purple. And get the shadow. to any of those. And change the words. So I think for arcane, it would actually be arcana. Okay, that worked. Making progress here, moving right along. Bringing the stream close to an end. So we have blood, earth, fire, holy, arcane. Let's move these into alphabetical order. Arcane, blood, earth, fire, holy. What else is there? Water. So that's pretty straightforward. For the color, we'll do a blue. And the shadow, let's get a dark blue. Book of Water or Book of Aqua. Then ice. The thing below the black button. Are you talking about this right here? That golden button? Oh, are you talking about this up here? That is a scroll, obviously. It's a... Yeah, it's a scroll. I just put that into the game during the last stream. It's basically just representing currency. I'm not necessarily sticking with that piece of art, but I have the monsters dropping scrolls right now as a type of loot. So if I go over to that scene, I can show you. And the idea is that since you're getting your spells from books and you're upgrading them from books, you're upgrading them because you're learning about them. It makes sense that maybe you're finding, information and you're learning from scrolls that drop on the ground, and that's how you upgrade your stuff. So for example, here's one over here, here's a couple, and if I click on them, you can see I have 3 scrolls now. So it's not necessarily going to look like that, but that's just something I put into the game recently. So yeah, that's what that is. Good question. All right, for the ice, let's see, we want a nice light blue. For the main color, we could probably use like cyan, which I think I can just type the word. But let's get a shade color for that one. It's good enough. Paste that in. Let's replace the word blood with ice. And then I guess test that before we move forward. Book of Ice, got it. Book of Ice, nice. What are we missing here? Moon. All right, so this will need to be a nice silver. And then grab a darker gray for that. And call it moon. Could also call it like Luna or something. Book of Luna would be the moon tower. I don't know. Should we be fancy? Let's give that a test. Book of Luna, a little hard to see. Either go darker or go lighter. Kind of hard to say. So DB, DB, DB. Let's see if that stands out any better. Probably. All right, so I think that's 8. So let's see, move the moon to somewhere about here, move the ice up, HI. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we now have 8 upgrades. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's test all of these now. So if we go water, Book of Water, ice, earth, that almost needs to be brighter, doesn't it? Because they're all kind of glowing just a little bit. I feel like the earth one should be just a little bit brighter in tone. Let's try something like this. Don't need that. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit more magical. All right. So honestly, I think that's about it for tonight. Kind of a short stream. I started late, but I still have work in the morning. So I think we're going to end there because it's a nice clean ending point. And then when we come back, Blaze, I think what I'm going to do is for each of these books, I'm going to start putting in like an icon here on the left page. And then we'll turn the page and the icon will change. So it'll still be, let's say if it's an earth power, it'll be like the spike growth. You turn the page, it's going to be the sunflower thing. Or for the fire tower, it would be, you know, a flamethrower here. And then you turn the page and it's the meteor, that kind of thing. So not bad progress. And we have a great splash screen as well. So making progress on all fronts. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to call it quits for now, but hopefully I'll be posting something this weekend. And then I would like to stream twice a week if I can. I think I keep saying that, but I do my best work when I live stream this. So have a great night, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have fewer bugs than I do.